Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Maker's Gonna Learn YouTube channel. Obviously, like, who are you looking at? This is, I'm sure you all have heard us talk about Tabitha. She does all of our email marketing. She's filling in for Lauren today. Yes. So she's a little nervous.
Very nervous.
It's so funny because we've been doing it for so long that now that I get on lives, I don't even think about it. But when I first started, the first month long of doing lives, I was like, absolutely not. Like, this is not fun. Like, this is not a good time for me. I was so nervous. But I was trying to tell her that it's like, I mean, we're basically just chit-chatting and crafting.
Yeah,
it's like
I can see that.
Chilling at the craft table type of situation. So show Tabitha some love in the comments. If you are joining us for the first time today, we are Maker's Gonna Learn. We are a membership-based crafting community, and we are bringing you all new crafts and content every week. We're live usually on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. If you're a member, we're live on Thursdays also for our master classes. And if you receive an email from Maker's Gonna Learn, Tabitha probably wrote it.
That's me.
So today we're going to be doing a really fun, cute memorial craft. Now, I don't know, you have a Cricut, but you haven't made anything yet, right?
I've made something, but I put it back in the box, and I've never got it back out.
Okay, so you can relate to a lot of these people, because
Yes.
we find that a lot of people get Cricuts and then they get them and they're like, I don't want to get it out, or I'm scared to get it out. So this is actually a really good beginner project. If you don't want to do the in memorial of, you can replace whatever you want onto the ornament. Like, you could put a photo of your family on this ornament.
That's cute.
Yeah, so lots of different things that you can do. But if you are new here and you want to join the community, we are running a sale on our yearly membership, and it is $30 off with the code FALL. That is for our yearly membership. We offer a monthly option, but the yearly members are going to get a ticket to our October 1st summit.
Yes.
And that's
so
our
excited.
Christmas, like our Christmas craft
Yay.
day. So it's going to be really fun. We're going to be doing like a a hot cocoa mug with resin. I'm trying to think of what else. Yesterday we were racking our brain. Oh, paper ornament holder. There's like I think there's four crafts.
There's 4.
Christmas table setting. So it's going to be super cute, a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's my first yearly summit. So I'm like really excited. Lauren's missing it, which stinks because she'll be out of town.
Is she not going to be here?
No.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know
So you might
that.
have to fill in that day too.
I can do it. It's fine. I'll be a professional by then.
It's kind of like a live event with all of us. So I'm hoping that Courtney and Tanner are also making an appearance. So we'll see. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to promise y'all anything. But yeah, let's see. What's everybody saying? Carol, we missed you yesterday. I did not see you in the chats, but I see you're here today. Lots of people asked for the memorial ornament. So these are very popular in the craft. That's what I was getting to earlier. Memorial ornaments are like super popular in the crafting world. And I worked at a florist for a while when I was pregnant last year. The red cardinal anything sells so well. So if you are a crafter who likes to sell, this may be a good option right before Christmas. I know the holidays can be hard for people who have lost family members and stuff. So it's kind of a sweet little memento that you can make and sell, or make and just give to people. And it's so easy. It's so easy. So
That's perfect for me.
yeah, so Tabitha, she's, I would say, somewhat new to crafting. So we're just going to let her I'm going to be an open book. She's going to ask me questions throughout the crafting. I feel like that's the best way to approach it. And it'll be good because I feel like a lot of our people here are going to have similar questions to what you're going to have.
Perfect.
So should we get started?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Let's hop on over here. So these are all of the supplies that you all are going to need today. Let me actually show you what we're making. So this is what we're making today. So this is our little...
That's adorable.
I added greenery this morning because I was like, it needs something. And I don't know why I didn't think to add greenery like when I made it. But I added some greenery this morning. I literally just like snipped off some extra greenery we had and stuck it down in there. But we're going to be actually printing on Inkjet transparency film. And then this little thing, I want to say this was from Hobby Lobby for like $2, the little hanger. And then we're just adding a bow and some greenery, like just so easy, you all. So this is everything you're gonna need. So I've got, these are the flat clear glass ornaments. If you buy them on sale, you can get these at 40% off every other week. So they're $7.99 if you don't buy them on sale. And then these are what they look like. So they're not, they're round, but they're not globular. Is that a word? They're not spherical. I don't know what I'm trying to say. They're kind of like a pillow ornament. So they're flat, but still round. These are great. You can really use the round ornaments if you want to, but these are great for the inkjet transparency because it can stand up straight inside of the ornament, if that makes sense.
I was going to ask, can you use any, like if Hobby Lobby doesn't have those, can you use any shape?
Probably, yeah. As long as, like if you found, they have square ornaments. So whenever we go into Design Space, you'll just have to cut it the shape of whatever the ornament is.
Gotcha.
Like a star, a heart.
Probably not.
I don't know. I wouldn't get too crazy. I would try to stick to like basic shapes.
Gotcha.
Like squares and rounds, and that's a good question. Then you're gonna need some fake snow. This is from Amazon, but I'm pretty sure the Dollar Tree carries this. I've got a measuring tape. I've got some Christmas ribbon. I just got red, green, silver, and white. And then a pair of scissors. Reverse tweezers are really good for this project, and I'll show you all why here in a minute. This is just like this is actually for glitter, like to put glitter into tumblers, but I'm gonna use it for the snow because we have a narrow opening. And then I've also got this inkjet transparency film. You can see my janky writing on here. I wrote, "This is inkjet transparency film. This is the front, print in the rear tray facing you." That because when I got this, it came in this like clear packaging and it literally didn't say, there are no labels, no labels on this. So I wrote back side and front side, and I only use it like when I pull it out, I'm using it right then. Like I'm gonna keep it in this until I'm using it. That way I don't get confused about which side it is. Because let me just pull it out. I'll just show you guys. It looks exactly the same on both sides. Oh gosh, it even feels the same. Like it literally feels like Mylar or like an acetate. I mean, like it's the same. You can't tell. So I keep it labeled and make sure and just keep it in here in the right direction at all times. And it matters because when I pulled it out, I thought it's not gonna matter. I'm just gonna keep that out. And I thought it wouldn't matter whenever I printed it which side because it feels the same, but it does matter. I printed it on the wrong side and the ink kind of balled up and it was like not cute. It was not cute, it didn't work. So the only other things you're gonna need are a brayer, a mat. I'm using a light grip mat, but it's actually pretty sticky. I would say a standard grip, like a new standard grip mat would be what I would normally use. And then I've got some wire cutters. These are optional tools. Wire cutter, lights. These are little twinkle lights. They're just like warm white twinkle lights, and some greenery. So those are all optional things. That's just gonna add a little razzle dazzle, nothing crazy. But let's go ahead and get into Design Space. Yolanda, you can use acetate film. I don't see why not. The only thing is I haven't tried to print on acetate film, but I think that you can. I think that you can print on inkjet with that. I'm just not 100% sure, and I don't want to say yeah. But try it and let us know how it goes for you. I would like to know that. So Tabitha, any questions so far?
No, I'm good.
You're good so far?
I'm good, yeah.
Okay, cool. So what we're gonna be doing is going into Design Space. And this file right here, this I'm With You Always, this is actually a Maker's Gonna Learn file. It's a PNG file. I did try to cut this with vinyl. This is really small for vinyl. So whenever we use like permanent vinyl and stuff, it's really tiny. Like even the Matthew 2820, when I cut that out, I tried to weed it and like the letters were trying to go everywhere. Like it's just not it's not a good time. So we were like, well, we got to think of something else. So that's when we decided that the clear transparency film was going to be the best bet. And so what I did, I came into Design Space. I'm just going to move all this stuff over. We'll start from the beginning. What I did was pull in a basic shape. So I like to have basically my background laid down, ready to go, so I can kind of design within my area. So I'm pulling in a circle because I have a round ornament, and my ornament is about 4.5 inches round. I just measured, let me show you all how I measured it. So I just pulled one out. Oops. And when I first did this, I thought, well, if it's 4.5 across, so like from here to here, it's about 4.5. I thought I'll need 4.5 inch circle. No, it doesn't fit. So I basically just cut off 1/2 inch, a little less than 1/2 inch off of that. So like a 4.5 inch circle is this big. The circle we want to cut is going to be about 3.75. So like 3/4 inch off, basically. Oops. 3.75. So this is about how big. So if you grabbed a 6-inch ornament, I would recommend a 5.25 inch round. Does that make sense? Like a quarter, it needs to be 3/4 inch smaller.
It does, and I've already learned that I've made life harder on myself because I didn't use the shape. I just
made it
and put it in there and guestimated on
how big it
should be, right? And that's so much easier.
Yeah, it is. And if you're not even, like if you weren't planning on cutting this and you just needed the I'm with you always, but you wanted to kind of design on the surface or like on the shape, you don't have to cut it out. You can change the function to a guide. And so you can just have a guide there and it would only cut out whatever you designed inside of it. Does that make sense?
It does.
So I think that that's pretty helpful. But we actually are going to be cutting the circle today. So you can go up here and change your operation to basic cut. And I'm just going to change it to white, even though it's clear technically. And I'm going to send this to the back. So we are technically doing a print then cut today. This is a print then cut on Inkjet transparency film. Patty said, I'm confused. Let us know what you're confused about. I will help you. I will catch you up to speed. Is there still a discount for membership? Yes, we're doing the fall. It's a $30 off the yearly membership. Just use the code FALL. Brenda, the printing side, I'm trying to catch up on comments. I'm sorry, guys. Brenda said the printing side used to feel rough compared to the non-printing side. Listen, that's what I thought too. But this one, I'll let Tabitha feel it. It literally feels exactly the same. Like, tell me if you think one side feels different than the other.
No, it feels identical.
It feels the same. It's literally clear. It's like just a clear, it feels like Mylar is what it feels like. Okay. Could you use clear water slide paper? Jamie, yes. I actually contemplated doing water slide technique on this. If you did, I would not water slide the individual letters. I would add a circle around it, print it, and cut it like as a circle, if that makes sense. So now that we have our design in Design Space, I've got my circle here, and then I have my design right here. Now, we're not ready to cut it yet. We still need to do a couple things. So when I initially made this, I just cut out the circle and it kind of like didn't stand up inside of the ornament. So what I did was go back to our basic shapes. I love using basic shapes. I use these all the time along with the MGL files. And I'm gonna unlock this and bring it up here to the top and shrink it down. So we're basically adding a little tab up here. And what you can do is take your measuring tape, and I'm gonna take this top out of here. Can you all see this little ledge right here? What I'm gonna do is just measure it. So this is about a half of an inch. So when I go back into Design Space, I want to make sure the height is about 1/2 inch. So I'm just going to change that to 0.5. And then what I'll do is make sure that this little square is touching my circle, and we can actually click and drag and align everything in the center. So I'm going to center horizontally, and I'm going to click off of it. And then I'm going to select the circle and the rectangle. You can hold the shift key down to select both shapes. And what I'm gonna do here is weld them. So we've got like a little Christmas ornament. It looks like a cute little Christmas ornament. But our design disappeared. So what you need to do is click on your shape and arrange it and send to back. And there it is. Cute, right? Okay, anybody have any other questions so far? Anybody?
Charlene asked, can you do more than one on a sheet at a time? And that's a great question. Like if you're making this for multiple people in your family, can you print more?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's print 4. Let's just do, and then so you all can see how it would cut and print and whatever. We'll do like 2, just so you guys can see. So before I duplicate it though, I want to make sure I'm ready and married to this design. Like I want to make sure that this is exactly how I want it. The only other thing that we really need to do before we cut it is make sure that our design is a little bit towards the bottom. So if you do it too high, it kind of gets hidden behind the ribbon. So I'm just going to kind of focus it down to the bottom, not all the way. Like I don't want to be down here, but I do want to be closer to the bottom than the top. And then I'm just going to make sure and realign everything because I want it to be perfectly centered. And then that's it. So I'm going to click, drag, and select everything, and I'm going to flatten it. This is going to make this a print and cut. So it'll print, and then it'll cut out our little circle. So everybody got that? Print and cut is like the jam right now. Everybody loves print and cut. Have you done a print and cut on your machine before?
No, ma'am.
This is how you would do like a sticker. Like if you were making stickers.
Stickers are my favorite.
Yeah, you would do the print and then cut on your machine. That's like how you make stickers. So I'm going to select Make It. The clear paper I'm using is Inkjet Transparency Film Patty. That's what we're using today. I'm going to actually cancel this and I'm going to duplicate it because I just told you all I would do 2. So we've got 2 right here. I'm going to go ahead and select Make It. And it looks on here like, what the heck? The ornament shape has disappeared. Well, it's because it's white, so it's not on there. And we are using 8.5 by 11 inch paper. You don't need to mirror it. I'm going to select Continue. And we're using the Maker 3 today. So you just select your machine. Hi, Nellie. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you all for answering if I'm not answering your questions. Okay, next thing we're gonna do is send to the printer. So I am using the Canon TS9500. I'm gonna turn my bleed off. There is no need for me to use a bleed for this project. There's a time and a place. Today is not the time or place. I'm gonna use the system dialog, which I use the system dialog. Tabitha, if you're doing print and cut, use the system dialog. The reason is because you can change the quality of the print. So like right now, it would just print like a basic, regular, I mean, it wouldn't look bad, but it wouldn't look best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I turn the system dialog on and I will select print. What's gonna happen is it's gonna load, and I'm like, hey, hello, where's the box? There it is, it's behind it. Now with the Windows, I don't think it does that with the Windows. It usually just does that with the Mac. I'm also gonna select rear tray. So make sure your printer's selected. You're feeding from the rear tray because we're not using regular paper. We're using like a thicker paper and it's gonna feed a lot better through a rear tray. And then I'm gonna select best and then I'm going to print it. Okay, I'm hoping it's printing out there. Do you wanna grab it?
Sure.
It's the printer just right outside the door here.
Perfect.
And we'll cross our fingers that I put it on the right side. So I pulled it out of my little, I don't know what you want to call my little storage solution here, but I pulled it straight out. And make sure if you order this, I've linked these below. If you order these, make sure you label it when it comes in the mail. Honestly, you may just have to do a tester sheet to see which side is the front and which side is the back. That's kind of what I did because I just didn't know. There was no label on mine, like none at all. Colleen, thank you for adding more memorial cut files for these ornaments. Yay, I love it. Did it print?
No, can you send it again?
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's send it again. Tabitha's saying it wasn't printing. Send to printer. We'll turn off the bleed, use the system dialog, and then we're going to print. And my box pulls up back here. We're gonna do rear tray. Best.
Hey, it's going through now.
Is it going?
Yeah.
Okay, yay. Lauren's here. Hi, Lauren. So yeah, so that's printing. Tabitha's gonna bring that back in. Does anybody have any questions so far? We're about to start cutting. Patty says, my Air 2 is so old it has the dial on it. I don't get the option to set material, but it still works great. Good. I don't know, I haven't played around with the ones with the dials on them, but If you're able to add more pressure, I feel like adding pressure when you do this cut, if you're using this type of material, would probably help a lot. What brand? Colleen, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's in the description. I don't know what the brand of it is, and the packaging didn't come with a label. So if you all go to the description below the video, there's a link for everything that I'm using here. I might not have linked the greenery or the lights because I added those last minute. But that inkjet transparency film should be linked below for you all. Kirsten said I made one of these for my husband with his mom's picture on it. He loved it. It really is such a thoughtful gift. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, this is what it looks like, y'all. So that printed really good. If I would have printed this on the wrong side, it's not cute. It's like the ink balls up. It looks like when you mix oil with water. That's almost exactly what it looks like. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is get my mats. So I've just got this standard, or this light grip mat. And I'm going to lay this on here as close as I can to the edge. Don't judge how dirty your mat is, okay? When you get a favorite mat, you just use it. And then I'm trying to be careful because actually that's pretty dry. Just be a little careful whenever you're applying this to the mat. I'm actually gonna use my brayer. Make sure that your ink is dry before you start rolling around on it with your brayer. So I'm going to braid this down. And then we're going to go over to our Cricut and slide this in. Okay. Just going to load it in right here. Now let's go to Design Space. Let's see, Cindy says, do they leave the paper for laser jet? I'm not sure. I don't know if you could use this on a laser jet. I haven't. I don't see why not. Like, I don't see why they wouldn't make some that is for laser jet, if that makes sense. Yolanda said Shineck Clear is the brand for the transparency film. Thank you for checking that for me. Okay, so what I like to do when I go to set the base material, I'm gonna browse all materials, and I like to use the Mylar cut setting for this because it is so similar to Mylar. It's just almost exactly the same, except you can print well with it on the inkjet printer. And I'm gonna use more pressure. Oh, what's it doing? It's measuring my mat for me. It's like, all right, let's get this show on the road. Heidi said they have some paper like this for laser printers, so that's good. Okay, I'm gonna apply more pressure because I have trust issues. We know this, okay? Me and Lauren do this all the time. I always add more pressure. And then what we're gonna do, I've already loaded it in, so we're just gonna go ahead and select play. I have my fine point blade in here. And what it's gonna do, hopefully, it's going to scan this registration box, and then it's gonna cut out that ornament shape that we put around it. I'm wondering if it's going to be able to read it because it's so bright in here, and this paper is really glossy. So like with print and cuts, a lot of times with glossy like sticker paper, if the light reflects on it, it won't read the registration box. So we have to turn the lights off.
Oh, that's fun.
Or like, I mean, you could even probably like shadow your hand over it, but it like can't read it because there's too much reflection. Alicia says, sometimes when I print and cut, Cricut wants to cut the letters and I don't want that. What am I doing wrong? Okay, make sure you are flattening your image. Like you want to, like if you're cutting out, I don't know, your name, and you don't want to cut out the individual letters, you want it to be like around the name. Add an offset, flatten the entire thing. Flatten the offset with the letters and it should cut around your name. Okay, it's cutting. I mean, you could fit 4 of these. I think 4 would fit on here. I think you could fit 4. I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes the print and cut box is not very big. So this is cut. I'm just gonna pull, and you can see it did not cut all the way through. Oh no. Okay. I don't recommend this. I don't recommend that you pull your mat out and then recut. If you feel like something didn't cut all the way through, you should not unload your mat and just hit the play button again and let it cut. But since this is such a general shape, it's not super intricate, I'm gonna go ahead and send this back through the Cricut and cut it one more time. And I did use more pressure, so this is why I have issues, you guys. I'm gonna select the Mylar cut setting again. I'm just cutting this a second time if y'all are confused. And I'm gonna do more pressure again and let it cut one more time. Oh, Lauren hopped on the chat, yay. Okay. Yolanda said group your letters. With the glossy finish, if you hold it extra matte over the Cricut, it helps avoid the glare. That's a good tip, actually.
That is a really great idea.
Like, I mean, you could take anything, really.
Yeah.
Like, and just hold it over. So we're gonna send this through one more time to cut, and like, y'all, we're in the final countdown.
This one is really easy.
It is. It's so easy, and like, you could make a bunch of them. You know, I think this would be really cute with like pictures of your family, and like, I don't know. I think you could put anything, really. You can put any, like a first year married. That would be really cute, and you could do like their wedding colors and the ribbon.
And going along with the memorial, I know people like to have memorials at their wedding for their loved ones that have passed.
Yeah.
This would be great to have sitting like on a table or even the chair, because some people do like a chair. That's
even not Christmas.
yes,
Like just in general. I
like
think
if you wanted to match your wedding colors and your wedding flowers, and
and you could add all of that around this.
Yes.
So these are $1, I want to say $1.99 or $2.99 at Hobby Lobby. And you can even spray paint them, like if you don't want silver, you can spray paint them. Okay, before I take this off, I'm gonna see if it cut. Okay, it cut. So I'm gonna unload it, and then I'm gonna pull this off of here. Beautiful. And then you can see, these are the little guys. So stinking cute, so crispy too. The Inkjet does a really good job at printing on these. So you can see that it's shaped like the ornament. So what we're gonna do next, and I have already pulled out the top of, let me move this keyboard. I've already pulled out the top of the ornament. So what you're gonna do is just pluck it out. And this is the way that I got these in here. You don't wanna bend it, like you don't wanna pinch it. You just wanna roll this up. I'm just rolling it up just like this, skinny enough to fit through this hole. And you may have to roll it a couple times till you get it skinny enough. So we're just rolling it up. And then I'm just gonna slide it in here. And this is where the reverse tweezers come in handy, because you can kind of maneuver this around a little bit. Just like so. Well, if I can grab it. I think, you know what I think has happened? My little tabby is too wide. My tab is too wide in there.
Can you cut it off?
Yeah, so what we can do is pull it out and we can trim it, like make it a little bit smaller. So what I do with these reverse tweezers, I will grab down in there. Can y'all see how deep I've got those in there? Basically as deep as I can go. And I'm going to twist this. Maybe. This is how I got it out earlier. Hold on a second. There we go. So I'm twisting it, and then I'm just gonna pull it right back out. I don't know if that's the correct way to do it, but that's how I get it out. Okay, so I'm just gonna take some scissors, and I am going to cut off like, I don't even know, like 1/4 of an inch. I'm just gonna cut. And then, so before, if you're making a bunch of these and you're gonna be doing them in bulk, make sure you get your sizing down before you make all of them. That way you're not making 50 that you have to go back and trim down. So I'm gonna roll it back up, and let's cross our fingers that this fits in here now. Okay, and then it's looking like it does. You have to straighten it up a little bit, and that's it. And so this way it's kind of floating in the middle. Like it's not leaning to the back, it's not leaning to the front. It's gonna kind of stay sitting there in the middle. And you can see that from the side here, because that little tab is up there, it's holding it in place. Cute, right? Anybody have questions?
It's more bougie than like a vinyl on the front print.
It is, it's like extra, it's like floating inside,
yes.
You know? Okay, so the next thing that I did to add a little razzle dazzle was I got some fake snow off of Amazon. I'm pretty sure that the Dollar Tree carries fake snow. And I'm just gonna open this up. try not to tear the bag. And I also have this little glitter funnel. I'm not sure where this came from. I just saw it in our glitter basket. But what I'm gonna do is put this funnel. I'm actually gonna try to pour it behind the design, because if I put it in front, you kind of lose some of that Matthew 28:20. And then I'm just gonna take the bag. Can y'all see what I'm doing? Sadie, can they see? Okay, I don't want y'all to see, not be able to see. And then I'm just gonna dump a little bit at a time. And then you kind of have to like shake it down in there. Maybe. You know what also would help? Using like a weeding tool or something to kind of get it in there. The ornament that I have is glass, but you can use, I would probably actually recommend a plastic ornament. I just feel safer with plastic ornaments, and I don't feel like you can tell a difference.
No, you
know
can't.
What I mean?
And I know that you probably think because of animals and children.
Right.
The plastic just, in my head, it works better.
It's safer. I feel like they make glass ones that are like shatterproof, but I still don't trust them.
I've shatterproof glasses.
See,
so
you heard it here first, everybody. It can happen. And so you can like add more or less snow. I feel like it might need just a little bit more. So let's add in just a little zhuzh more.
Someone asked if you put glue on the tab to hold it in place. Diana asked that.
You could, but the thing is, whenever you start doing glue with all of the clear film and the clear ornament, you may start picking up fingerprints. You're going to be able to see where the glue is inside of it, and it might just start looking a little bit messy. But it sits fine with the tab. I don't feel like you need to put glue in there. I think it's fine without it. Okay, so we've got our snow. And then like if it's too much, you can take it out so you all can see there's snow right behind it. That's just a nice little touch, I think. And you could be done here. Did my mic die? Oh no.
Do you need mine?
No, say you'll give me batteries. My
Okay.
mic died if you can't hear me.
Alicia's mic died. I don't know if you can hear her.
We actually predicted this would happen. I had a feeling. Here's the old batteries, Sadie, if you want to take those. Okay.
Also, since you use snow in that, we were talking about not doing Christmas. You could do glitter.
OMG.
Yes.
That would be so fun.
And I swear I'm on this wedding kick for some odd reason. But like, what if you were to
Tabitha's
do?
married.
I'm married, yes. So what if you were to do like little pearls in the back of it, or dried flowers?
Oh my gosh.
So cute.
That's speaking my language.
So
Those are all great ideas. Can y'all hear me now? Testing, testing. Okay, Carol let us know that we lost my mic, but we're back, babe. Okay, so we've got our snow in there. Now, the next thing, I mean, really you could stop here, like hang it, that's cute, right? Well, you know, we're extra, so we want to add more and more and more. So let me move this snow off of the table. This is just an option that if you want to add a little extra, you can do this. I got these twinkle lights off of Amazon. They're not linked below for you all because I wasn't planning on putting these in the video, but I just grabbed them last minute because I thought, why not? We can add some LED lights. At first, I was like, it's not going to work because there's nowhere for this little guy to go. This is like the battery pack. But we're going to add greenery to the bottom of this. And so you can kind of disguise it there. That's my theory. Like, I feel like that's going to be cute. So let's see what happens. Let's add in all these little lights. And I'm going to put these behind, so on the back side of our clear transparency film. And all I'm doing is just feeding this in here. That doesn't need to go in neatly or anything like that. I want them to fill it up though, so we're just gonna push those in. Y'all have questions so far? Brenda said this is a versatile project. I agree. Because it can be, actually, I'm kind of inspired. I'm like, I want to make some ornaments for my tree with like family photos.
that would be, and that's great Christmas gifts too.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
Everybody loves getting family pictures for Christmas.
Oh yeah. This is like a creative way to give them rather than just
Yes.
like putting it in a frame. Okay, so I've got, oopsie. I've got a little bit of extra on here. I'm tangled, guys. Hold the phone. I've got a little bit of extra right here, but I'm gonna wrap it around our stand. So this is, I've got them filled in there. It kind of looks crazy because we don't have it turned on yet, but I'm just gonna pull that around the back side and go ahead and put our cap on. I always have a hard time getting these caps back in there. Okay, so it's on there. And then what you can do is go ahead and hang your ornament. And then with this extra, we can wrap it. Whoops, if I don't keep getting dang tangled. So you can just kind of wrap it around this base. I'm just, whoopsie. I didn't plan to do this, y'all. If it looks crazy, I'm sorry.
We're making it work, it's fun.
I'm just gonna wrap it around this base just like this. And then I'm gonna add the greenery on top of it. So you may see a little bit of twinkle throughout. And then you'll see this little battery pack will just sit happily right here. He'll just sit right there, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on. And then what you can do, this is like wired greenery. I'm just gonna kind of attach it to the back here. And then we're just going to wrap it around just like this. And then I'm gonna take the end here, is my head blocking it? I'm gonna take the end here and just kind of tuck it under this greenery, just like that. And then you can add in some pine cones, which are very wintry. I love the pine cone. Okay. I mean, that's cute, you guys. That's cute. Okay, the last touch before we're done is ribbons. So I'm gonna scooch this over. And all I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna take a variety of Christmas ribbons. This is probably gonna be like, I don't know, 14 inches, 14-ish inches. And I'm gonna do one of every color. We got green, red, white, and silver. And you just want them all to be the same length. So line them up and cut them. And you can totally go without the greenery and the lighting. Like you don't have, that's just an extra step. So I just love twinkle lights. I want to add twinkle lights to everything. I don't know.
I feel like twinkle lights always just, they give it an extra zhuzh that some things need. And then some things don't need them, but they still need them.
I know. I'm like, I want twinkle lights all over my house, okay? So what I'm gonna do next is just tie this in a bow. I'm gonna, like I was tying my shoes. Okay. And listen, we're talking about doing a bow video for you all because I like to make like the big fancy bows, but this is a simple bow. This is like literally like if I were tying my shoes, this is how I would tie a bow. Except it's easier because it's normally attached to something. So, and you can glue this on, you can tie it on. Let's actually just tie it on there because I didn't bring the glue in here. So you can just pull it through here. Can y'all see what I'm doing here? So you can pull it through here and tie it in a knot. Okay. And then we're gonna just tie it like we're tying our shoes. And I love to have a whole bunch of different ribbons when I tie these bows because then you can fan them out and they look really pretty. Okay. And then what you're gonna do is just kind of fan that bow out, and you can trim up these long edges. I'm gonna trim these with the scissors. These are not sharp scissors. Make sure you're using good scissors whenever you go to trim your ribbon so they look pretty. Okay.
So many comments. Would love a bow video. Me too.
Yes.
I need a bow video.
Well, and bows are like you think they wouldn't be that hard. Well, they're not that hard. They're just, once you learn it, you just have to learn it first, yeah. Right? And then you can do it. It's really not hard. Okay. All right. What's the best view so you guys can see the finished product? Okay. Da 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 da. So this is the finished product. This is with the LED light.
It's so pretty.
I love it.
And it was so easy, but it looks not.
Yeah. It looks like we did a lot here. Let's go overhead and I'll kind of show you guys what it looks like closer up, I guess. Now you could get rid of the ribbon if you wanted to. You could not do the lights and just keep it more simple. I like it either way. If you missed the beginning of the video, we showed what it looked like with just the ribbon and the hanger, no greenery, no lights. But that's just a good way to, like, you know, spice it up a little bit. So, anybody have any questions? Was that a good enough close-up, Maria? I think this is going to be a really, really nice memorial gift for somebody. So, I'm going to come sit over there with you, Tabitha.
Yay, come on.
Ooh, my greenery is falling. You could probably glue these on.
It's so pretty.
We'll sit it here. My sticker's not a very nice background to this beautiful memorial ornament.
We're fine.
Okay, the LEDs are battery operated, and I actually bought them in like a pack of 6. It was like 6 or 7 because, listen, we put LEDs in anything and everything. Yeah.
Yes.
So everyone seems to really like it. Yay. I have a beautiful ficus tree with different ornaments of my loved ones that have passed away. Oh my gosh.
That's such a great idea.
That is. That's really sweet. I love that. Yes. Well, so if you guys don't have any questions, or if you do, go ahead and ask them now. If you missed it, we are doing a sale right now. This is a limited time sale that we actually were done with, and then we decided to open it back up. It's the fall sale. So if you use the code FALL, you're going to get $30 off our yearly membership. And if you're new here and you didn't know, we are a membership-based crafting community. We bring you all cut files, fonts every single month. We try to get 1,000 or more cut files a month. There's a lot. So huge library. We do content just for our members, and on October 1st, we're actually doing a summit for our members too. So we're gonna be crafting all day, exclusive to yearly members.
Yes.
So very cool. Let's see. Kathy says, gorgeous. I need to go back and rewatch it. Love the little lights.
Pictures of grandkids. That's a great idea too.
Yes, and a birth announcement.
Oh my gosh, that's such a great idea.
An ultrasound picture. Oh my gosh, that would
Adorable.
be so cute. I love it. So if you all make these and you're a member, post a picture in our Facebook group, because I really like to see when they create stuff, I want to see it. I'm like, show me what you made. Like, I want to see it.
I always like their personal spins that they put on everything.
I know.
It's my favorite thing to see someone take what you've created or what Lauren or Tanner's created, but make it their own.
Yes.
It's so special to
It
see
is.
that.
It's very cool. So how many lights are on my string? I don't know. Sophie, I don't know. It's just like a little strand, probably like a 3-foot strand of twinkle lights. So Debbie said you did a good job.
Thank you. I was so nervous.
I love it. The hanger is from Hobby Lobby. If you all are looking for any of the supplies, they're all linked below. The greenery we just had laying around, if you want me to be honest with you. And the lights are from Amazon. Those may not be linked, but I can get a link posted for you all. Lots of people do the trees, like the in memory of trees. I love that,
I had
Kathy.
never heard of that.
Me neither.
That's great.
It's very cute, very cute. Okay, Brenda says you're a natural.
Thank you guys. You're so sweet.
So we will be back next week. If you remember, we're planning on doing a live Q&A tomorrow. It was supposed to be last Thursday. We had to reschedule it, but tomorrow we're supposed to be in the Facebook group doing a live Q&A. And if you were not a member, we will be back next Tuesday. Yes. So make sure you all are subscribed and you have the little bell. There's like a little bell icon, and that allows anytime we post, you all are able to like know that we're live, which is really cool. It'll just be like, hey, Maker's Gonna Learn's live. We're here. So yeah, we will see you all in the next one. Thank you for coming today. We had a good time. Tabitha,
yeah,
we officially made Tabitha on screen, so now she's going to be here all the time.
We'll see.
All right, we'll see you all in the next one.
Bye. Bye.